Hello everyone, welcome back. Zargot here. Today we're going to be jumping into another Rivals of Ixalan draft. Haven't been on for a few days, doing videos. I've just had some health issues that kind of keep me away from, doing recording and things of that nature. But anyway, we're back. I'm actually on vacation this week, so I'm hoping to be able to do a few drafts and get a couple of those recorded and hopefully get them uploaded for everyone to enjoy. Today we're going to be jumping into a Rivals of Ixalan single elimination draft. I decided to move into these maybe moving forward, just because I actually like the prize structure better. You get a lot more packs if you can go 2-1 or 3-0. Then even the 2-1 rewards you with more packs than going 3-0 and the less competitive. And I used to actually play single elimination drafts a whole lot a few years ago, back when I was goodness, probably doing 1 or 2 drafts every single day. And for me, from what I remember, the drafting process was actually a lot more consistent because people were, sending better signals and kind of staying in line with what their picks were and not just all over the board. So everyone was able to draft more consistent decks. From my experience, that's been a couple of years. So I don't know if that's going to be the case now. Anyway, I hope everyone is going to enjoy watching the picks. Hope you're going to enjoy watching the rounds. If you do, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let's see what we got in our first pack here. Well, this is interesting. We've got the Lawbringer. I haven't played against or had the opportunity to play with this card. I mean, it's a 6/6 flying for 6. That alone is pretty strong, but the fact that you can draw a lot of cards, gain a lot of life with it seems pretty decent. If that wasn't in the pack, I mean, we've got some decent cards. I like Deadeye Brawler, but I'm not a huge fan of taking double colored cards as our first pick. Don't really think I'd first pick Obsession or Ceratops here. Sky Marcher's fine. The Trailblazer's actually fine too. Hunt the Weak's decent, but I think let's just take Ezor. I mean, maybe we can go blue-white flyers, and this would be an awesome payoff for that. So let's see where this takes us. Okay, now here, what have we got? So best card in the pack is probably the Sky Marcher, the Sadistic Sky Marcher. Pretty decent card. I mean, it's a 2/2 flying lifelink. Typically this card just costs 4 unless you're pretty heavy into vampires. Outside of that, there's also the other Sky Marcher here, which is a 2/3 flyer for 3, which would go with our first pick. I mean, the best card is going to be the Sky Marcher here, but I would like to not throw away this bomb mythic here if possible. And I mean, this is a good card here, but I think the Sky Marcher is fine as well. Also, Martyr Dusk is okay. I like this card. It's a 2-drop that replaces itself. If you need to get into block mode or defensive mode, it allows you to block a couple times, gain a point of life. Horncrest is fine. Spire Wander is fine, but I think I'd rather have the Sky Marcher here. Okay, let's see here. Well, now we see an Impale after we see the Sky Marcher. Impale is definitely a very strong card. Kind of hard not to take an Impale, but there's also Expel here. And this is a pretty decent card as well, if we want to be blue-white control. I mean, Impale is definitely the best card, but you're not going to play Impale in a deck with a 6/6 flyer that costs double blue and double white. It's just not going to happen. So I guess, I mean, we can choose to take Impale, which is the best card in the pack, or we can just go ahead and take Expel. It's also Glorifier as well, which isn't bad with our Sky Marcher. It's also Squire's Devotion, which is good as well, but maybe let's take Expel here. See if we can stay on track for doing this blue-white control deck. Okay, and here, so there's no bomb black cards in this pack, so I won't feel too bad about passing up 2 really good black cards if we don't see a ton more. In this pack, I mean, this is the River Darter. This is okay. I don't think we're gonna take the Mistcloak Herald here. I don't like this Flying Dino here. I think it's I don't think it's an uncommon in terms of its power level. I mean, Divine Verdict's okay. We could take Divine Verdict, or we could just take the River Darter. I think I'd rather just take Divine Verdict if that's the case. I feel like we can pick up these 2/3s for 3 pretty easy later on. Okay. Okay, and here we've got Swift Warden. That's very strong. And a second Hunt the Weak. Another Divine Verdict. I do like Deadeye Rig Hauler a lot. I think this card's pretty strong. There's also the Snubhorn Sentry, which this card, if you're looking to be aggressive, this is not an exceptional card, obviously, but in these more defensive decks, like what this might shape up to be, where you want these ground blockers, this is pretty decent. It can block some 2-drops, and then, you know, by turn 5 or 6, this is actually going to allow you to have a 3/3. But I think I'd rather have the Rig Hauler here. This is a strong card. It interacts with our opponent's creatures. It bounces. I mean, it's pretty decent. It's kind of doing what we want to do. We get a creature on the board and reset our opponent's turn. Now here, I think we're just going to take the Corsair. This is a good creature. It's a 2/1 flyer for 2. Allows us to be a little aggressive. Allows us to turn on this raid a little bit easier as well. And I'm looking to have these flyers in the deck. Okay, now here we've got Crashing Tide. We also have Soul the Rapids. I don't think I want to take Soul the Rapids. I think I'd rather have Crashing Tide. I mean, this is a good card here. It allows you to, you know, just bounce a creature and then get a draw off of the effect. It's also another Sentry, but I think I'd rather have Crashing Tide over the Sentry. And here we have, this is, how many Hunt the Weeks have we seen now? Huh, it's interesting. Maybe we'll just take the Glorifier. I mean, we have one Vampire. And sometimes a Hill Giant's okay. I mean, you don't have to, this doesn't have to be a blowout card. Conversely, we could take the Woodland Stream for thinking there might be something green we want to splash, i.e. one of these 3 Hunt the Weeks we've seen, but I think I'll just take the Glorifier. Hill Giant's okay. And there's a Ceratops or a Sea Legs or Traveler's Amulet if you're looking to splash. I don't think the Ceratops is where we want to be. Although it kind of does fit the theme, you know, a big ground blocker that can gain you some points of life. Maybe that's okay. I mean, we have a few. The Kite Sail's a pirate, yeah. Maybe we can just take the Sea Legs. I think one Sea Legs is fine. What else is coming around? Spirewinder. So is it Spirewinder or Crashing Tide? I think maybe we want the Spirewinder. I mean, this is a decent card. We're seeing a lot of Crashing Tides. I feel like we're going to be able to pick some more of these up in the next pack. Or maybe not. It depends on if the player next to us is picking these up. But I think I'd rather have the Spirewinder, first Spirewinder over the second Crashing Tide. And here, probably not going to play any of these. I guess we could take Release to the Wind if we get some really good enter the battlefield effects. And okay, well, there's our River Darter. I figured we'd get one of these back. One of these types of cards back, so that's fine. And that actually does make the Crashing Tide better as well. You know, sometimes you get to have that as flash speed, and even at sorcery speed, it's completely fine. Okay, I guess we'll just take Flood. Probably not going to play that. And our opponent can have Jade Bearer. Okay. So where are we here? You know, not a super strong start, but we do have a couple flyers. We have a couple interactive spells here. What have we got for removal? We have Divine Verdict, Crashing Tide as, you know, interaction, and Expel. Actually, let's shrink this down a little bit again. Okay, what have we got in our pack? Wow, that is the 4th Hunt the Week we have seen here. Okay, let's see. So, Direfleet Poisoner is pretty good too. Reaver Ambush. Reaver Ambush. Oh, we could splash that. I'm going to Craving. This pack is just loaded with all kinds of options here. So, I mean, we could take another Sky Marcher. I'm not gonna. Sun Sentinel is a great 2-drop. I don't think I want to take that here. We could take the Pterodon, which kind of fits what we're looking to do. You know, it's a big body blocker, and it's also flying as well. I mean, if that's the case, I'd probably rather have the Sky Marcher. I guess the question is, do we want to try to splash for something like Reaver Ambush? Probably not. I think we're going to be able to pick up some white interactive spells. Dinosaur Hunter's pretty good as well, you know, as a 2-drop. I mean, not for our deck, but let's just take the Sky Marcher here. Okay, there's some picks here. So we got a Corsair, Spirewinder, Raptor Companion, Siren Reaver. There's an Expel. I think I'm going to default to the Siren Reaver and hope that we can pick up another Corsair out of the pack. I mean, this is a, if you can go Corsair into Siren Reaver, or any 2-drop into Siren Reaver, this is going to be pretty good. Maybe we'll wheel Raptor Companion, Spiral Wanderer. I doubt it, but maybe we will. But yeah, let's just take the Siren Reaver. I think that's just a strong card. It's kind of hard to pass. A 3-power flyer. Wow. So there's another Golden Demise. Oh my goodness. No way we can splash that. A Seer, Golden Demise, Raging Regisaur. There's a lot of good picks. For us, we can take the Rig Hauler, or we can take Squire's Devotion. I actually kind of like taking Squire's Devotion. It goes really good with our flyers. So let's go ahead and grab that here. Okay, now we have a Corsair. It's also Slippery Scoundrel, but I think the pick's going to have to be the Corsair. We want these early flyers. And we've got a few... Okay. So we can take Secrets. The Augur I like, but I like it less when we don't have shuffle abilities. It doesn't really do a ton for our deck here. So, I mean, we could take a River Darter, which I think, again, will probably wheel. Let's take the Secrets here. Give us some card advantage. Seeing a couple of these Incursions. Another one of these dinos here that I don't care for, really. We can take a Sanguine Glorifier. I mean, if we had a couple white dinos, you know, maybe we would grab this card here. Yeah, I guess we just take the Glorifier. I guess it's slightly better when you have multiples. So here we can take, again, kind of the same pick here. We can take the Sentry or a Rig Hauler. Let's sort these out by mana cost here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we only have a couple 2-drops. It's not River Darter. So do we want to take a Rig Hauler or the Sentry? I think we're just going to take the Rig Hauler here. I'd rather play Rig Hauler over the Glorifier. And here's another Glorifier. I guess we'll just take Cleansing Ray. It's a fine sideboard card. And here, I suppose we could... Oh my, this is such a late Hunt the Week. Green is just... definitely open. But I guess we'll take Solar Rapids. I mean, this is fine. Plus, since we have Squire's Devotion, it's a little bit better for us. And here... Guess we can go ahead and take the Traveler's Amulet if we do find something we want to splash. No one took the Seer? Interesting. Yeah, we'll take the Seer. Why not? I'm not going to play any of these cards. Guess we'll take the Firebrand. You know, if we were in a pod, I would take the Firebrand just because we have these 1 toughness creatures. I mean, we're not. It's a league, so... Ooh, there's a River Darter. Okay, Shatter, and so we got a couple River Darters here. I was kind of hoping to pick up another Crashing Tide in that pack. Really like to see something like Pious Interdiction out of this pack here, or a blowout card like River's Rebuke. River's Rebuke would be just fantastic for this deck here. Yeah, that would be just wonderful. Be happy to take Sea Legs out. Okay, what do we got? Our rare is a land that we're not going to play. There's Pious Interdiction. Pious Interdiction, Overshining Aerosaur, and Storm Sculptor. We don't have anything really interacts with Storm Sculptor. This is a pretty decent pack, though. You know, got Drover here, Pious Interdiction, you know, Tilinali's Knight. But yeah, Pious is definitely the card for us. And we're going to get past, let's see here. What have we got? Another Sculptor. We're not going to take the Sculptor. I mean, we're not going to take the Seeker here. Maybe I think we'll just take Dive Down. I do like having a Dive Down in our deck. I think it's pretty good since we got a lot of these little flyers. Can help keep them alive a little bit longer. Siren's Rouge probably doesn't do too much for us here, so we'll take a Dive Down. I like having one of these in my deck. And here we could... There's another Dive Down. There's a River Snake. I don't think we're going to be doing anything with River Snake. We only have the one Squire's Devotion. I mean, maybe Queen's Commission's okay for us. It just gives a couple blockers, gain a couple points of life. There's also the Aegisaur here. Maybe the Aegisaur is okay because we have all these tiny flyers. Okay, we'll take the Aegisaur. Ooh, Glorify, that's pretty decent. Better Depths. And a Savage Stomp? Oh, man. Oh, so many good green cards. I think we'll just take the Glorifier though. I mean, this is a 4/4 flyer for 5. And if we do end up playing these 2 Sanguine Glorifiers, it makes this a little bit better. And here, oh my, I cannot believe we're seeing so many Savage Stomps. Oh, the pain. I think we're going to take the Raptor Companion. This is a fine 2-drop. It's a good blocker. Probably not going to start the Sea Legs. And what else are we not interested in here? Maybe 1 Glorifier. Sky Terror, Pirate's Prize, Vampire Zeal. Vampire Zeal doesn't... I mean, it's +2/+2 for 1, but we only have a couple targets for it. I think I'll just take the Pirate's Prize. We may run this. And then here's Favorable Winds. Favorable Winds might actually be decent for our deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flyers. Nah. It's decent, but it's a do-nothing 2-drop, so maybe we're safer just taking the Legion's Judgment here. Just something against the Dino decks. Okay, and there's a Windstrider. Headwater Sentries are cancel, and this is just Graveyard Interaction. Yeah, honestly, I mean, the Windstrider is pretty decent, but I kind of like taking the Headwater Sentries. Just because we have all these flyers, it's good to have a big body on the ground to just kind of, you know, slow down your opponent a little bit. And we'll probably just take out the Glorifier here. Yeah. And there's an Aerosaur. Okay, I'm going to take the Aerosaur. So we're going to have to make a cut here. It might just be the Aegisaur. It's kind of weird in our deck. That might be the cut there. Probably not going to play any of these cards. Ooh, another Dive Down. Put that in the sideboard if our opponent's got heavy removal. I mean, the Aegisaur definitely, it's interesting just because we have so many flyers, and you know, it kind of de-incentivizes your opponent to attack, you know, if you're going to get to put a bunch of counters on your flyers. Let's take a Duress, it's fine. Another Lancer, okay. Instead, we can take out Solar Rapids. I mean, Solar Rapids is just a 3-power flyer for 5. It's not... You know, and it doesn't block. It really just doesn't do any blocking, whereas the Aerosaur does block. And if our opponent's heavy removal, we could always swap the 2. So maybe it's a Soul. Let's take a look here. So do we want Pirate's Prize? I don't think we need to start Legion's Judgment, just because a lot of the decks are a lot faster. I mean, Legion's Judgment is perfect for the against the Dino decks, but against most decks, I think it's kind of a do-nothing card. So do we want Pirate's Prize? Drawing cards is good. I mean, we only have 1 card draw spell in the deck, right? We just have the Secrets. What do we have for removal here? We have Divine Verdict and Pious Interdiction. And then we can bounce with Expel, Crashing Tide, and then a couple of Rig Haulers. That's pretty decent. I think the Solar Rapids probably isn't fantastic, just again because it just doesn't block very well, whereas the Shining Aerosaur does. And then the Bellowing Aegisaur does, you know, again, allow you to just get kind of cute with your blocks here and put a lot of counters on all your flyers. And I think that all the 4s we have, I would rather have over Pirate's Prize. This creates 1 treasure token. I mean, it does get us to Ascend. Do we care about Ascend that much? I mean, we have... Expel is fine by itself, you know, just a bounce spell. Even if you have Ascend, you can put it on top of the library, which is very, very strong, but just a bounce spell is fine. We have to draw 3 cards off of Secret. Spire Wanderer's a 3/4. So we have 3 Ascend cards here. I don't think we worry too much about Ascend. I think this is going to be how we're going to send this. So let's go ahead and add some lands in. And I mean, we have more early blue, but I feel like we're probably just going to play 1 more white source just because we do have the 2 Sky Marchers. Okay, go ahead and save this. That's going to be our deck. We'll see everyone in round number 1. Okay, looks like we're going to be on the draw for round 1 here. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent hand. I mean, we don't have any interactive spells, but we've got a 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and our 2-drop enables our 4-drop, so I think this is a good keep. Got both of our colors. Opponent had a mulligan. On the bottom, okay. Right, let's see here. Ooh, if we draw another plains, that's going to be a much better 3-drop. Looking pretty decent. It's playing against green. Are we doing dinos? Probably. Let's see here. Crashing Tide is good for, since we have the River Darter. Go ahead and get our Corsair out. Yeah, this looks pretty good. What's our opponent got here? And Brontodon. Alright, that's pretty good. So we're not going to be able to play our Squire's Devotion if we draw that. Or at least not right now. Well, honestly, I would trade Squire's Devotion for the Thrashing Brontodon. Hey, there we go. So I think we're just going to go ahead and play the Sky Marcher. And just get in for our 2. Next turn we can play the Rig Hauler. Go ahead and bounce the Brontodon. Maybe we'll get super lucky and they'll play an enchantment on it this turn. Knight of the Stampede? Okay, we're probably going to bounce Knight of the Stampede. I don't want to see any big monsters just yet. Okay. Alright. Wow. Get the Spirewinder. Go ahead and get on our 4 here. And just play the Rig Hauler. Yeah, just go ahead and bounce the Knight. Just hopefully slow them down a little bit if they got a Dreadmaul in hand. Definitely don't want to see a Dreadmaul just yet. Although we do still have Crashing Tide, so we're okay here. So I'm play the Knight again. Yeah, okay. So maybe we just slow them down a turn. I assume they're sitting in the Brontodon. Since they did that, maybe we go ahead and just Crashing Tide here. Let's see what happens. So Crashing Tide, we can swing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put our opponent 2-7. Or we can just swing for 4. No, I think we'll just go ahead and Crashing Tide. That seems fine. Maybe we'll draw another 2-drop. No? Okay. I think it's fine to go ahead and get 7 in here. And now we got, if we draw a land, we can just play the Aegisaur and just block whatever they want to play. Play another Brontodon, okay. Stalker, okay. That kind of shuts down our ground plan, but we're still on a 2-turn clock here. Ooh. Okay, well that doesn't do too much for us at the moment. We can't really attack with the Deadeye, but we can just send in our 4. And then probably just play the Aerosaur, I think. Yeah, that gives us a lot of different ways to win this game here. They might have Hunt the Weak, though, which wouldn't be great for us. But they're going to have to take out 2 of our flyers. And we have 2 blockers. Okay. That's kind of what we want this deck to do. Just kind of control the ground and get through in the sky. Since they have 2 Brontodons, maybe we don't play Squire's Devotion. But then again, you know, if they want to trade a Brontodon for Squire's Devotion, it's probably fine. What would we rather have? Is there anything we'd rather have over that? Yeah, I think we also have Pious Interdiction, so that's pretty good. Again, you know, if they want to trade the Brontodon for one of those, that's fine. But I think maybe we'll take out. I think I want Legion's Judgment since we're playing against dinos. I like having this. I mean, we're going to be on the draw here, so maybe we can just cut 1 land. What is not especially great against our opponent? Let's see. I like having Dive Down. I like all of our 2-drops. I mean, Expel seems fine. I mean, maybe the Aegisaur isn't fantastic just because It's, well, I mean, they didn't show us anything too big that game. We could block everything with it. Kind of like all of our cards here. Yeah, let's just take out a plains. We're on the draw, so we'll just take out one land. Go ahead and send this back. Okay, so we've got a couple 2-drops. We got a big 5-drop, and we got some card draw. I think this is probably fine. Well, we got enough lands here, and we got a couple Corsairs. I imagine every plummet they have in their sideboard is in their deck now. Crashing Tide's good. It's kind of what we want to see. You know, these Dirtle spells kind of slow down their plays. Well, the Corsair is definitely a little bit worse when we're on the draw. Although nothing from our opponent just yet, so. Might just have Plummet here. Although actually, no, we can't really use Plummet. This guy doesn't have fly until he attacks, so it's going to be a Brontodon. Archer. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good against us here. Yeah, that definitely kind of shuts us down a little bit. I think we're just going to stay the course. Probably just play a Corsair. I mean, it's definitely not great with an Archer on the board. Not sure how we're going to deal with that creature. Definitely not going to Crashing Tide it. Interesting, okay. Okay, now what do we want to do this turn? I don't think we want to play Secrets just yet. I'd rather get the extra card out of it. Yeah, we'll just send it back. I mean, we're going to have the Aerosaur next turn. And that's a good blocker. Again, it can't get through the Archer, but we'll figure that out. Yep, going to take our 2. Nothing from our opponent. They must just have all kinds of big creatures in their hand there. Oh, what are we doing here? There we go. Okay, let's see if they've got the Plummet. Well, I might just be saving it. Plummet still doesn't do too much here. If they attack with the 2/2, we'll probably just go ahead and take it, because I'm going to assume they've got a... Okay, they have no combat tricks. Azor would be pretty good for us here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we still don't have attacks, unfortunately. Can't really attack into the Archer. So actually, Squire's Devotion would be decent here, to be honest, because it'll allow us to you know, get our Aerosaur through the Archer. Oh, getting brick walled by a 1/4. What's our opponent going to get here? Land? Okay. So we could attack with both. And if they block with the Archer, just go ahead and destroy Divine Verdict. I think that's fine. We need to start doing something here. And they may just block with the Dino with our Corsair, which is fine as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and destroy this. At least that gets that off the board. Okay, they're just going to go ahead and fight it. That's fine. Still going to get destroyed here. Let's have something else. Nope. Okay. Yep. So we still got that off the board. Now we got our 3/4 flyer going. I don't think we want a Crashing Tide. Actually, maybe we do go ahead and Crashing Tide the 2/2. I don't think it matters. We'll just go ahead and send it back. I'd rather Crashing Tide a big dino. Yeah, here we go. The Sun Avatar. Oh, that's a pain. Well, we're going to Legion's Judgment that one. So that's going to put them up at 22 life now. That's pretty good. But that's all we've got, Legion's Judgment. Yep. Go ahead and take our 4 here. And draw another land. Still getting us one closer to being able to draw a couple cards off of this. So we're going to go ahead and Judgment. Go ahead and get that out of here. And at this point, we probably... I mean, we swing in, put them to 19. They can put us to 10. I think we just have to hold back. Still going to hold up Crashing Tide, though. I'd like to get one more flyer on the board. Azor would be fantastic to draw right now. New Horizons. Just make their dude bigger. No problem. I'm going to attack with both. Oh, they have Hunt the Weak. Ah, Reaver Ambush. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we got to take our 5 here. Really need to hit some creatures. We're just kind of dry on creatures right now. Again, Azor would be fantastic. Deep Root Warrior, opponent's just going crazy here. Aegisaur isn't terrible. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're still shy. Guess we just play the Aegisaur. Oh, there we go. I mean, we've got a blocker. We can't play anything else this turn, unfortunately, but we can block the ground creatures now. We're still going to take 2. Hardy Veteran, yeah. So we're still going to take our 2 in the air. We might just Crashing Tide the Dino this turn, actually. River Darter, so that gives us... let's see here. So we can play... So we can go River Darter. So we have 4, 8. Now we can go ahead and do Secrets. If we draw a land, we can also Crashing Tide. That seems fine. There we go. Alright, that seems a lot better. I'll send it back to our opponent. And we are closer to Azor as well. I mean, we still have, what, a 1/20 chance of drawing, but... Yeah, at this point, I think we'll just go ahead and Crashing Tide. Just to draw a card and save some damage. And Sentries is another good blocker for the ground. Just going to replay it. Totally understandable. There we go. Now we can go to play the Sky Marcher. And probably just play the Sentry. I guess we could attack with the Aegisaur. I think we can double block it, but then we get to put a 1/1 counter on everything. And we'll get to kill the Wayfinder. Or, actually, they could just triple block it with all the 2/2s. Maybe we'll just hold back a turn, see if we can draw our Hexproof card. Okay, so nothing from our opponent there. Siren Reaver, that's pretty decent. So we could just send in the Sky Marcher here. Actually, let's send in that. Yeah, let's hold up one more. Well, no, we need to send something in. I don't mind paying the extra for the Siren Reaver. We'll get our 3/2 out here. Next turn, we'll probably send in the Aerosaur. See what our opponent does. We still have Pious Interdiction if they play anything crazy. I got a lot of life, though. This is going to be a tough one to get back into. And they're just playing dudes. Hopefully they don't have strength of the pack. More land. It's not going to do too much for us here. So we could just Pious Interdiction their Dino and just start swinging for 5. That actually seems fine. And they can draw the Brontodon here and get rid of our Pious Interdiction, but they don't have it just yet. This will give us a few points of life, and we can start getting in some damage in the air now. Yeah. Probably draw the Brontodon right away. There it is. Alright. Punished. I suppose they do have 2, so we probably should have expected that. Yep, gonna have to take that. Okay, Squire's Devotion. What does that do? I mean, we can put that on our 2/3 flyer and just start swinging. That seems fine. I guess we could put it on our 3/4. That's probably better. And then next turn we can just start bashing with the Aegisaur as well. And if they want to block it, we can just get a whole bunch of counters on our creatures here. But definitely oh, scoop from our opponent. Yeah, I guess I didn't have anything there. I mean, they could have drawn on Brontodon. I feel like they probably could have just started attacking in on us earlier, but okay, well, we got our first game there. We'll see everyone back in game number 2. All right, everyone, looks like we won the die roll for game number 2. I think we'll be on the play here. And what have we got? Well, we've got Azor. Well, we definitely need to hit some land, but this is a pretty decent hand. We don't have a 2-drop, but we got a couple 3s, and then if we can get the Reaver going, if we draw a 2-drop, this would be great, specifically the Corsair. This would be really, really good. So I think we'll go ahead and keep this. Seems pretty decent here. I would just love to play Azor. Just want to see how that guy does. I assume he is a magnet to any and all removal spells that your opponent will have in hand. But if you get to resolve them, they can't kill him next turn. Land. Hey, alright, we got our land. Okay, so we're good here. We might just be going River Darter, but we're still okay. We're playing against Merfolk. Play a Deeproot Warrior. Ooh, nothing yet. That's good. Okay, so he's going to play our Darter here. Nothing wrong with that. And actually, if we hit a land, we can do the Rig Hauler. Ah, opponent's just cycling. Well, I guess that works. If you need to hit those land drops. Play their own River Darter. Ooh, Pioneer. Okay, that's pretty decent. Not going to bounce that card. And I suppose we can just go ahead and play the Siren Reaver. Don't really want to attack in. I like having a ground blocker here. And just send this back. And next turn we can attack with the Reaver and play Deadeye Rig Hauler. Bouncing something that hopefully doesn't create tokens. Gonna play the 3/3 that pumps 1/1. Deeproot Champion. Okay, so they're gonna bounce our Reaver. A land drop would have been pretty decent there. So go ahead and get in for our 3. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to play Rig Hauler and bounce something? And we can bounce the Deeproot Champion. Doesn't really do too much. Maybe just play the River Darter. I think I'll just play the River Darter because if we draw a land and we get to play the Aegisaur, I think it'd be better to have more of these 3 toughness creatures on the board. We'll see if our opponent has some non-creature spells. Ooh, Mistbinder. Yeah, that's pretty good. That changes stuff up here. So we're going to take 3. Yeah, we're going to take 3. So Crashing Tide would be pretty decent right now because we can kind of surprise our opponent. So we can draw a couple cards. I get to put a counter on the Deep Root Champion. Now we probably will bounce the Deep Root Champion if we don't draw a land this turn. Land. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll go. We're going to definitely get in for our 3. That's our clock there. And we're 1 away from playing Azor. Now we're just going to play the Ixalan. If our opponent doesn't have a way to interact with it, it kind of shuts down their ground. Oh my goodness, this card costs 6. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, this card isn't that good. Whiff. Okay. With that being the case, probably just going to bounce the Deep Root Champion. This will give us 1 more creature on the ground. And it kind of resets its 1 counter here. They might save it, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I could have bounced the Mistfolk, but they're just going to recast that anyway. It's the same mana strain, but at least we get rid of a 1/1 counter and take a block or take an attacker away this turn. Is that a second Mistbinder? Oh my goodness, this is nuts. Yeah, the Ixalan would be pretty good for us here. And just replay the champion. We need to hit a land so we can get Azor out. Kite Sail, okay. Or Corsair, yeah, that's good. Ooh, okay. Took a turn off. Huh. It's a shame. A land would have been really good for us there. Well, I guess we're just going to stick to the plan here and just go ahead and attack for 3. They might be putting 2 1/1 counters on all these creatures next turn, and that might just be game over. So we're going to Rig Hauler what? I don't think it matters, to be quite honest. We're going to Rig Hauler something here. I guess the Deep Root Champion. I don't think it matters that much. To be quite honest, it's all a bunch of 2/2s. Or 1/1s, I guess. Play the Deep Root Champion again. Yeah, it slows down 1 attacker. Yeah, here comes the attacks. We can't block the flyer. I mean, we're not going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not going to take 9 here. So I think we can put the Deadeye against the Jungleborn. And then a River Darter. And do we want to put a Deadeye against the Merfolk token? Probably. We might get blown out here. They have a pump spell. Ah, do they have it? 1/1 counters. Oh, that's Crashing Tide. Okay. That's acceptable. What are they bouncing? The River Darter? Makes sense. Or are they putting a counter on the champion? They have 2? Oh, Aggressive Urge. Okay, yeah, this is probably game over for us here. Well, I don't know, not quite yet. If we draw a land, maybe we can do something. Okay, so let's see. Our opponent's going to have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19. I have 20. And we can play Azor, and they can't cast any instants or sorceries. I think that's going to be our best play here. And just swing for 3. Yeah, swing for 3. If we can survive this turn, we'll be able to swing for lethal next turn. And we shut down any of their combat tricks and everything on their turn, so... yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah, because they can't cast instant or sorcery, so... I mean, they'll be able to attack for a ton here, but they won't be able to pump anything. Wow. This deck is pretty crazy here. They get the champion, Deep Root Elite, 2 Mistbinders. Oh my goodness, this is nuts. Again, they play any instance or sorcery, so we might actually get this win. They have to kill us right now. And I think we can survive here, because there's just no way for them to pump their creature. Are they trying to cast? Okay. Ooh. Well. Maybe we're dead. We might just be dead here. Yeah, they're going to get a... I mean, that's +3/+3. I mean, we can throw the River Darter in front of the biggest creature, no problem. And Azor can block up to 5. Because we have, you know, we know we're not going to get tricked with any combat instance or anything like that, so. And they don't have a flyer, so they can't block us. So what are they doing here? Attack with everything? Yeah. Alright, we can't take a ton, so we're going to Azor will go against the 5. And the River Darter goes against a 4. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Are we going to be at 1 life here? And that's our best blocks. We're at 1? Hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh my goodness. Did we win this? Or do they have Plummet? Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we won that game. Oh wow, we should not have won that game. That is painful. Whew, okay, well, this is going to be a tough one against our opponent here. What do we want to put in? What do we want to put in? Let's see. What's a Lancer do? This guy gets double strike if you control a Dino. That's not really anything too great for us. Cleansing Ray, I mean, we could just play Soul the Rapids. Maybe that over the Bellowing Aegisaur. Because the Aegisaur is probably not going to do too much against our opponent. They have bounce spells. And at least the Soul can get through in the air. Lowers our curve just a touch. What I wouldn't do for Fiery Cannonade right now, I would throw that in so fast. We want Sea Legs? Or another Dive Down? I mean, maybe another Dive Down might be decent. What should we take out for Dive Down? We could take out Divine Verdict. That's a bit expensive, and all their creatures are pretty small. So maybe we take that out and just throw in another Dive Down, just so we can make some more favorable blocks, since most of our creatures don't have an enormous amount of toughness. Alright, let's give this a go. Okay. Well, our opponent being on the play is not good for us. But this is a pretty decent hand here. Let's go ahead and keep. And we can go Corsair into Sky Marcher. Definitely want to hit a land pretty soon, though. A Plains, preferably. Excuse me. Deep Root. Stalker. Well, that's good. Okay, go ahead and get the Corsair going. Now we do have Pious Interdiction to shut down any creatures that get out of hand. Although that does seem specifically worse against our opponent's deck, just because none of their creatures are quite huge. You know, they just got a lot of these little guys. Plains would be great. River Darter, okay. Plains. Ah, no, actually, this guy can't be blocked by 2 or less. Okay, so we're definitely going to get in our 2. Guess we just play our own River Darter. Just kind of maximize our mana. Then we have a blocker for theirs. And next turn we could go Raptor Companion and hold up Dive Down. We could block something and use Dive Down to preserve our Raptor. I'll take the 2. Our opponent's got to win the race. Because they can just keep playing all these little creatures. Ah, bummer. They're going to bounce our Darter, I assume? No, the Corsair. Yeah, okay, that slows down the clock. Okay, well, we're just going to replay the Corsair. We're a little stuck on mana here. Plains would have been fantastic, because then we could have played the Sky Marcher and held up Dive Down. But we'll go ahead and hold up here. I mean, we might just block the Rigger with the River Darter and just dive down the Darter so we can preserve our creature. I guess we could just play Dive Down now, before blocks. No, I don't think it matters. I'd rather do it if our opponent wants to bounce our Darter here. You know, that's probably fine. It doesn't feel great having to waste the Dive Down just to prevent 3 damage, but I guess actually it prevents 3 damage and gets rid of a creature and preserves our creature. Okay, that's our block. Be great if they tried to Crashing Tide here. They're not going to, but Aggressive Urge. So they're going to preserve their creature. Well, I guess we're just going to do the same thing. It doesn't really get us too far, but you know, we got to keep this creature on the board if we're going to have any chance of not dying here. We're still going to take 4. If we can hit a land right now... Ah, Mistbinder. That's painful. We have to hit a land here, or we're just going to be too far behind to recover. Okay. Alright, so what's the play here? And the painful part is the Mistbinder. There's not too much we can do against that card. So we can Pious Interdiction, maybe the River Darter. And we can block the Rigger. I think that's all we have right now. I mean, we can play the Sky Marcher, but the Sky Marcher is just going to... It's not going to do anything. I'm going to have to take 6. Whereas if we Pious Interdiction the Darter, we can block the Ray Collar, and we're only going to take... We'll take 3. We'll have to figure out something. We can play the Raptor the following turn. So this is Interdiction, the Darter. Gets us a couple points of life. And we could send with the Corsair, but that would just incentivize our opponent to attack with all... I mean, they're probably not going to attack with the Mistbinder anyway. Yeah, I guess we'll just send with the Corsair. I mean, I don't think we're going to be blocking with it anytime soon anyway. Okay. Not looking great for us here, but, you know, if we can trade with the Rig Hauler and only take 3, I think that's fine. We might have another combat trick. I'm fine to go ahead and trade here. Our River Darter is not going to be any better than getting rid of a 3-2. We took our 3. There's the champion. Another River Darter. I suppose here we... No. Non-creature spell. I mean, I guess we go ahead and play the Raptor Companion. We could play Secrets and hope to draw a land off of this. Yeah. I think we kind of need to get some cards going here. Hopefully we hit a land. Okay, good. We got a little greedy, but we did get the land. Now we can play the Companion. Companion can block the Stalker. And I guess we just send with the Corsair again. Okay. Next turn we do have Crashing Tide. If we draw another land, we can Crashing Tide and River Darter, or we can play the Sky Marcher. Chart a course. That's pretty good. Gonna make the Stalker bigger, I assume. No, they're gonna go ahead and put another champion. Okay. And what are they? They're discarding the Forest. Okay. No attacks. Excellent. Ooh, okay, okay. So we could Crashing Tide the Deeproot Champion and hope to draw a land, which seems very, very greedy. Or we could play Soul the Rapids. We're going to swing for 2, put them to 12. Next turn we swing for 5, put them to 7. And if we draw a land, play Azor. We also could just play the Sky Marcher here. We're at 11, so we can get blown out kind of easily if our opponent has anything to do to our Raptor Companion. But I suppose we could still block with the Soul if we absolutely had to. Let's go ahead and attack with the Corsair. This is going to be kind of a stressful game, I think, in the next couple turns. Ah! They have the Plummet? Yeah, they got Plummet. Okay. So now I think we do go ahead and Crashing Tide the Deeproot Champion and see if we can hit our land. Yeah, I think we have to, just to get this guy off the board. He's way too big. Hey, we got greedy, we got our land. Of course, I probably should have tapped differently so we could play the Sky Marcher, but I think the River Darter's fine. And then next turn we can play Azor. Azor's a big blocker. It shuts him down for 1 turn. Okay. Definitely a nail biter. Luckily our opponent's not drawing anything too crazy. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell here. Excellent. Well, they can't play any instants or sorceries. Actually, we can send the River Darter in this turn. Send the River Darter and the Raptor Companion. I think so. Let's see. Maybe just the River Darter. Hold up the Raptor Companion. So we send both. They can swing in. If they swing with everything, we'll take 4, go to 7. I think we just send both here. I mean, the most we can take is 4. I don't think our opponent has a second Plummet in hand. Yeah, there you go. I'm fine with getting that off the board. Our opponent took 2. Now they can't cast any instants or sorceries this turn. All they can do is play creatures and attack. They're probably not going to attack. Ah, another Mistbinder. We're definitely going to Rig Hauler. Probably the Stalker. This is going to be close. If we draw a land, we could Rig Hauler and Sky Marcher. Or... Okay, so... I think we just attack with Azor. I would like to draw some cards and gain some life, but I think playing the Corsair and the Rig Hauler is going to be better. No, we're not going to pay it. As bad as that seems. Because this is a 2-turn clock anyway. Okay, now we're going to play Corsair and Rig Hauler. And just bounce the Stalker. Yes, please. Okay, now our opponent has to have an answer for Azor. Okay. Attack with both. They might have their own Ray Caller here. So I'm actually fine to block with the Deadeye and the River Darter. Because if we killed this one, it'll kill that one. Oh, they have a pump spell. Curse of Urge. Okay. Do they have their own Rig Hauler? Deep Root Elite. They could have Crashing Tide. Nope. We got it. Ooh, wow, this is a tough game. This opponent had a fantastic Merfolk deck, but I mean, it's just hard to deal with the 6/6 flyer. All right, send an R6 here. Nope, don't need to do that. Woo! All right, that was an excellent game. Man, this thing is just beats. Okay, awesome. Well, I guess looks like we're going to the finals here. So we'll see everyone back in game number 3. Okay, everyone, so we actually lost our third round. We went 2-1 with our deck. Unfortunately, the recording was just absolutely terrible, and the sound quality was so bad, and just everything was so pixelated. There's just no point in even putting it on here. But we did lose the third round to a red-blue deck. They splashed the black-red Planeswalker. They were able to kind of counterplay what we were doing. They didn't have ground creatures. They were all flyers, but they had a lot of like Waternauts, Bombards. I mean, just a lot of removal, and then they stuck their own flyers, and then they played the Planeswalker each of the games that we played, and it absolutely wrecked our hand. Was able to take our creatures and attack us with them. So it was pretty good to actually see that card in action. But they got us. You know, it was pretty grindy, but they were able to just out-tempo us and then take control of our hand, and and then actually one game they were able to do 7 points of damage with the Planeswalker as its secondary ability, just because of how big our graveyard was. So anyway, I apologize for not having that round in the video here. I've got a new computer coming, got some new recording equipment coming. This poor laptop is just beat to heck. I think all the editing and the recording is just kind of just burned it out. So bear with me. We're going to have that new equipment coming pretty soon, and we'll hopefully be able to improve the video quality, and hopefully no more dropped recordings. I just hate when a good round gets pixelated and it's not viewable. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed watching the rounds. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.